Terminator Resistance. I just played that. And this game has no right to be as good as it is, like in all reality. It is really. This game would have excelled if it released in like 2011. Like, no shot this game wouldn't have excelled if it released in 2011. This game kind of reminds me. Like, in a way, it kind of reminds me of Singularity. This game is good, but it's not like it's solid. It's not great. It is just a solid game with cheesy voice acting. I just really enjoyed my time with this game. Just to give like a quick like what I gave it a 7. It doesn't have a solid story. The story is like the weakest part. Everything else is solid though. Everything. Optimization, gameplay, soundtrack, audio, visuals, atmosphere setting, originality, and importance is low, but I'll go into why I gave that a low score. And personal enjoyment, it's a 7. Everything's solid about this game. In all reality, it's solid. It is a solid title. Because I like Terminator, and this is a good Terminator game. What I think would benefit this game would be the team that made it if they had a bigger budget, they probably would be able to make a 9 out of 10, 10 out of 10 Terminator game. Let me make sure everything's recording because I always fuck up somehow. Optimization and polish gets a 7. Decent amount of settings. I was surprised I was actually able to, press hold or don't hold to aim. I like to toggle my aim and crouching and all that bullshit. Just press one button and be done with it. Surprised it had that setting because I'm running into some games that don't have that, like Predator Hunting Grounds. I have no crashes to report. I did have frame drops though playing the infiltrator mode. It's like a little bonus mode. I had frame drops playing that, and that kind of fucked me. I don't know why it only happened with the infiltrator mode. I doubt it's my system, considering the normal story mode worked for me, and I really doubt is that. But it could be. It could be my system. I don't know. But usually I always save like the really high scores optimization policy. People who go above and beyond, do like every setting. Usually mainly PC companies do that. But usually if I give it over a 5 for like, that usually means probably consoles are pretty good. PC's pretty good. So yeah, solid. No crashes to report, so that's good. Gameplay gets a 6. Like I said, this game would have excelled in 2011, man. Around when Singularity was introduced. This is like a perfect 360 era shooter. Like, it's kind of like the levels are kind of open and you kind of explore. There's upgrades. It's kind of basic though. Like, the upgrades are basic, do more damage, lock picking, hacking. They're all kind of basic. You fight, obviously, Terminators, and something I did like about the gameplay is at first, the Terminators are virtually invincible with your M16 shotgun and pistol, similar to like the movies. They're just invincible walking machines. You need to wait until you get one of their guns. But once you get one of their guns, this game is shittily easy. It's so fucking easy. Oh my god, once you start getting the plasma weapons, it's like, why even bother? Why even do that? It should, like, holy fuck. The T-800s has eventually just become a joke. There's like a little hub sections, I guess. Like, before you start a mission, you'll be like roaming around in like the little hub sections, like a little safe area. You talk to people and shit, get side quests. Like, none of these are virtually missable. You don't have to really go looking hard for any like people quests. You don't have to go hard looking for like these skill books. Like, I think a lot of, like, this seems to be, reminds me of Fallout, where you had, like, the skill books, and you rank up your skills, lockpicking, hacking. But, like, it's not open world like Fallout, so everything's really easy to find. It's really linear. Like I said, when you're in a mission, though, it's kind of like an open space. Like, do whatever the fuck you want. Figure out how to get there. Figure out what to do. Kill the Terminators on your way. There's a few things, like, I noticed, like, little, I guess you could say, their inconsistencies is you get a shotgun, right? You kind of get it later after the pistol, Uzi, M16, you get a shotgun. I don't know if you get the shotgun earlier. Maybe I missed like a section you could get it. But when you get the shotgun, it says it stops a Terminator in its tracks, similar to the fucking movies, right? Shotguns are very effective against the Terminators. I'm guessing just because of the blunt force a shotgun produces. If you're close enough, it's gonna be like a shock wave. It's not gonna be, and that's similar to like big caliber pistols and shit. They produce a lot of force. I don't know why I'm doing like a science video right there, but when you shoot a Terminator with a shotgun, sometimes they just ignore it. And one of the tips they give is like shoot a shotgun, it produces like, and it stumbles Terminators. That wasn't my case. They just like ignored it. And I felt that was kind of stupid. The M16 Uzi pistol and the shotgun do no damage against the T800 or T820s, T850s, whatever they called them. And I would think they would at least do like little pennies of damage, like little micro damages. Like I should be able to put like 500 bullets and it kills a Terminator, because I'm pretty sure bullets hurt them. They're just like, you just need a fucking lot of bullets. It's kind of weird that's how they did that, just in vulnerability. They also could have made the T800 scarier. Like at first they're really scary because those boys are invincible. Like those boys are invincible with your bullets. But like I kind of feel like they could have like dealt with heavier footsteps and shit. They could have been more scary. I do like during the gameplay though how they introduce you. You're like sneaking past them because they're invincible, because you're like saving your human bros. And then they're like warning you like, hey, a patrol of T800s is coming your way. And it's fucking funny because they said patrol and there's like 30 of those motherfuckers headed to you. And you're like, God damn. Like, but like in the end, you could probably just run past them because the AI is kind of stupid in this game too. I'm not trying to shit on the AI. It's not that smart. It's kind of like 2011 AI. They just kind of shoot at you and duck for cover. Other things about this gameplay that make it stand out. Like this is pretty much like everything that's been done before, but it's in a solid Terminator game, which makes it different because Terminator is a series at this point that like has its ups and downs, mostly downs though. So this is an up for sure for it. So the gameplay isn't really like too different, but for a Terminator, like a Terminator part what's that called? Not as like a book, movie, game, Terminator Entertainment product, a Terminator Entertainment product, I guess. It's good. It's solid. I really enjoy this, and it only takes place like it only takes the T1 and T2 movies. It doesn't take any of the other movies, I believe. I watched all of them, and I can't remember. There's no Salvation or Terminator 3 or anything like that in here. Story and characters get to 4 though, because the voice acting is really bad. The story's pretty generic. Now, like Terminator story is just kind of generic now when you think about it. I mean, T1 and T2 still hold up because that's not generic. A fucking cyborg coming to fucking hunt you down from the future to kill you because your son's the rise of the resistance. This game though is generic. You just pretty much like a normal soldier, but you're number 2 on the list to kill because you're the one who finds the coordinates that pretty much fucks Skynet over. So you're very important. In all honesty, I kind of want to see like a Terminator game in the future where you're not important, but like you're dealing with the threats. Like similar to Alien Isolation, you're important, but like similar to like in Isolation, a little more horror-esque would be nice. The T800s are virtually unstoppable and shit. That would be cool. But you know, you play as the generic, I'm a hero and I am important for the future of humanity. One thing that does happen though is you get to bang 2 girls in this game. 2, and you see no titties. No titties. It kind of disappoints me. Oh man, you bang them pretty much back to back. And the girl you first meet that loves you after you got done banging the fucking captain. Yeah, but none of the characters really stand out to me. But they all have like their own little side stories and shit, so that's cool. And there's like little callbacks to the games too, like to the movies. I mean, it's like you save a dog, give it to a kid, and you can name it either Wolfie or Max, and that's similar to Terminator 2's Wolfie and Max. Wolfie is not the name of the dog, and the Terminator tricks the T-1000 to whatever, bro. If you see Terminator 2, you would know what the fuck I'm talking about.
Honey, are you okay? I'm right here. I'm fine.
Are you sure you're all right?
What's the dog's name?
Max. Hey, Janelle. What's wrong with Wolfie? I can hear him barking. Is he okay?
Wolfie's fine, honey. Wolfie's just fine. Where are you?
Your foster parents are dead.
Soundtrack is a 6. It's the Terminator soundtrack. Don't. It's good. It's good. Audio gets a 6. They kept like the original sound effects. It's just that like some of the normal guns like the Remington 870 has like the traditional, like it has a shotgun sound from another game, but I'm sure that's just like a basic sound that they could find like on sale, like for Unreal Engine or some shit. So those sounds aren't good, but they kept like the plasma gun sounds and shit, but like they're all the same, like across. They sound all similar and shit. Visuals gets a 6. The game looks like a 2011 Xbox 360 game, and I'm gonna lower it to a 5 now. It looks like a 2011 Xbox 360 game, but that's not a bad thing. Atmosphere and setting gets a 7. Now this is where this game surprised me the most, to be honest. I like how this has like shit on it, but I promise you, this is how this came. Now, anyway, it probably wasn't. It didn't come like that. I'm kidding. This game surprised me with its atmosphere and setting because I was kind of like really immersed with the first area you go into. It's like a warehouse district. It's open. You have like these spider bots, these armored spider bots walking around. You're finding guns for the first time. You're finding ammo. You're unlocking boxes. Like this area has like an atmosphere to it, and it's almost like it's kind of doomish. Not doomish like Doom the game, but like gloomish like Doom. Like it's post-apocalyptic, Fallout 3 kind of esque. Like it's a nice vibe. That stops though after that mission because I don't feel like any other area is as polished as that area. Like that area, there was a lot to do and a lot to explore. Every other area is kind of like a nuisance because you start getting into harder Terminators and shit. They start becoming like more like annoying. And like at that point when you're later on in the game, like in all honesty, like looking around for shit, just like you're so kitted out later on in the game, looking around for shit isn't worth it. In that first area though, when you're trying to look for shit, trying to rank up, trying to get ammo, guns, this game could have excelled if it actually stayed like that. Like it rewarded you for looting and finding shit maybe. But then again, like I said, not every area is as polished as that area. As the first area you go to, it's really polished, but the other areas just aren't. And that specific area has just such an atmosphere to it. I really love it. And then the atmosphere just becomes like a generic shooter where you're just shooting a bunch of T-800. You got a team, and it becomes Call of Duty, and you're shooting down these big tanks and shit. Like Originality and Importance gets a 4 though. Like I said, 2011 Xbox 360 game. I think a lot of people are starting to understand that this game is out, and I think people realize how good it is for a Terminator game. But like I said, this is still kind of like just a decent shooter. It would have excelled 10 years ago, but right now it's just a decent shooter. Hoping the team who made this game gets more money and they make an excellent shooter. Or horror game, like I said, I think that would excel like a motherfucker. Personal enjoyment gets a 7. I really enjoyed this game. Like I said, decent, but great for a Terminator product. Really good for a Terminator product. And last but not least, value, I'm giving it a 7. This game didn't release at $60. They already knew this game wasn't probably going to be worth $60. There's a lot of love into it. They used a lot of the original sounds and shit. So if you're a Terminator fan, the value is a 7. If you are not, this is where like some scores are going to be different. If you are not a Terminator fan, this is like a 4. Okay? If you're not a Terminator fan, just a decent shooter. It's not even like a shooter. Like it's wonky, it's janky. I probably could have put that in gameplay, but like I said, 2011 is the area that I'm looking at, and it reminds me of Singularity is pretty wonky and janky when you play it now too, at least to me. It's not smooth, it's not any of that bullshit, but it excels as a 2011 shooter, doesn't excel as a shooter now. So if you're not a Terminator fan, it gets a 4. If you are a Terminator fan, it probably would get a 9. I'm just this Terminator liker. Like I like it. Like I like the idea of it. There's a lot you could do with it, and they just keep fucking that up in all reality. But that is it for this review. So 7 out of 10, 70%, 0.7 out of 1, 3.5 out of 5. I don't care how you look at it. You know, you could just do the math in your head, and those are the numbers you would get. Fucking Terminator fan, buy it. Not, you could skip it. You don't have to listen to my opinion. You don't have to like my opinion. I always recommend you just go watch gameplay of a game, figure out if it looks like something you would enjoy, buy it. Pretty much everyone offers refunds at this point. You don't like it, fucking refund it. If you know, fucking make your own opinion. Make your own opinion. Don't listen to my opinion. Fuck my opinion. Fuck your opinion too.